the comic books that you need to know about for Monday, March 16th, 2020. Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, comic book fan. Welcome to another episode of Top Comic Book Picks with VM Campos. That's me. This is the series where I talk about the comic books that you need to know about for the final order cutoff date coming up this week. What's the final order cutoff date? That's the date that you've got to order your comic books so that you're guaranteed to get it. You've got to call your comic book shop, check for one right here, call your comic book shop and tell them, these are the comics that I need. VM Campos told me about them. Now this is the short version of the video. You'll still get a lot of great comic book picks. But if you want the long version of the video, head on over to patreon.com/vmcampos, and for $1 you'll get access to the longer version of the video. Way more comic books to talk about there. If you can't pledge at the moment, no problem. Watch the video here. You'll get a lot of great comic book picks nonetheless. But think about heading on over to patreon.com/vmcampos. Let's get on with the show. Alright, let's start off with Marvel Comics. I've got here Captain America Marvel's Snapshot #1. So here's a new #1 issue. This is by Mark Russell, Kurt Busiek, Ramon K. Perez, and cover art by Alex Ross. So the amazing Alex Ross, as usual, has a variety of realism that, look at that, you can see the stitching in caps A on his helmet, on his cowl, just so amazing. Alex Ross is amazing. Look at that, the stubble, the 5 o'clock shadow on his chin and everything. So that's the cover art there. Acclaimed writer Mark Russell and superstar artist Steve Rude take us to Kirby Town for a literally explosive story of the madness-induced mad bomb and its aftermath as the Marvel Snapshot tour through Marvel history continues. A gifted South Bronx teenager sees his neighborhood destroyed in the initial mad bomb attack and his future up in smoke. What does he do when AIM recruits come calling? Does he stand by a system that's failed him or find a future outside the law? Featuring Captain America, the Falcon, Iron Man, and more. So if you're interested in this book, amazing Alex Ross art. If you love Captain America, this is the book you've got to get for the final order cutoff date. Moving over to the distinguished competition, Catwoman is 80 years old. So that means, of course, about 20 variant covers. We have Catwoman 80th Anniversary 100-page Super Spectacular. There's a whole bunch to pick from. Every decade basically has a particular artist showing off various Catwoman costumes. There's even a paper mask version. If you've got the budget, get them all. If you don't have a budget, get the one that really interests you. So here's the original Catwoman 1940s style of outfit. Adam Hughes doing the cover, and there's a bunch of other people as well. G. Scott Campbell, all the big names that you like. So get any one of these that you like. And this is our gal Catwoman is turning 80. And DC is celebrating with nothing less than with a huge soiree, invite only, packed with creators who mean the most to her and to whom she means the most. Who do we have here? We've got writers Tom King, Paul Dini, Ann Nocenti, cool, Mindy Newell, Will Pfeiffer, and others. Art by Cameron Stewart, Mark Janine, Adam Hughes, Emanuela Lupacchino, Steve Rude, Jim Ballant, Tula Lotte, and others. So a lot jam-packed into 100 pages, although it is a $9.99 cover price, but the 100-page spectacular demands it. Not a lot of comics that stood out to me in image for the final order cutoff, but we've got here Decorum #1 of 8, second printing. So, okay, this book seems to be having some traction if they're going to second printing. Series premiere. There are many assassins in the known universe. This is the story of the most well-mannered one. Manners are a sensitive awareness of the feelings of others. If you have the awareness, you have good manners, no matter what knife you use. Oh, snap. This is by Jonathan Hickman. And art and cover by Mark Huddleston. So it's sort of like futuristic, although there's like a pirate ship right there. And it's about assassins, and the cover looks cool. It seems to be a wraparound cover. I dig those. Second printing, if you can still find first printing, maybe back in the dollar bins or something, this might be an interesting series to jump on, especially if this is going to second printing. Let's move over to Dark Horse, and we've got Dead Dogs Bite, 1 of 4. This is just a regular cover. The cover B is also cool, but I went with the Tyler Boss cover. Writer's also Taylor Boss. So I just noticed here also Dark Horse went back to their original logo. They're not doing the spiky Dark Horse logo anymore. I guess it's some sort of anniversary going on. No, Dark Horse is from like 1984 or 5, right? Anyway, this is a Dead Dog's Bite. Oh, it's actually Dead Dog's Possessive, so that's got to have an apostrophe. Cormac Guffin has gone missing. It's been 3 days, and no one has seen hide nor hair of her. The police have nothing, and the townsfolk are acting more like a funeral procession than a search party. If Cormac is any hope of being found, it rests on the slouching shoulders of her best friend Joe. Joe will need her wits about her, though. Because, like any story worth hearing, nothing is what it seems. So it's award-winning cartoonist. They did the writing and the art. So brand new #1 to check out, 4-issue miniseries, Dead Dog's Bite. Moving over to Boom Studios, we've got Buffy, Every Generation #1. This is by writer Various and artist Various. So if you like the Buffy universe, this might be interesting for you. The secret origins of some of the most important slayers in history, and the first appearance of a new character with a familiar face who will change the way you look at Buffy and everything about her world. I kind of love that art there. It's this great sort of painterly style, but then if you look closely, there's like various skulls and stuff and weird creatures. I just saw that weird creature down there. Very cool. So this is the Philippines, 1910. If you're into the Buffy universe, that series has gotten new life in the comics, so check it out at Boom Studios. Here's some more Final Order cutoffs, moving over to Dynamite. So there's Boom and Dynamite. That's funny, isn't it? So we've got Vampirella Red Sonja #8. This is the Roberto Castro Final Order variant. Behold, Draculon. What the hell is Red Sonja doing there? How will its inhabitants greet her? And where is Vampirella? From Jordi Belair and Drew Moss. You get this crossover of the ages, Vampirella and Red Sonja doing stuff. And this is a variant here with a Roberto Castro cover for the Final Order cutoff. You've got to have the she-devil with a sword and the scion of Draculon together. Moving over to Ablaze, I'm really enjoying Mirka Andolfo's Unsacred. It's just a fun, cute, vulgar, sexy comic from Andolfo, who did her Unnatural series at Image. She started a new one, Mercy, at Image, and then she's also got this one, but over at Ablaze. Now, this is not the Andolfo cover. This is the Ciro Cadialosi cover. I like it. It kind of reminds me sort of Spumco style, John Cristofalusi style, especially with Angelina there. Damiano is a little less of that style. But this is a pretty fun cover, just a fun, cute cover. Spoiler alert if you haven't been reading the series, Angelina is pregnant, and Damiano is, frankly, a bit terrified. What will happen to his dreams of rock stardom? How will he adjust to fatherhood? And more importantly of all, will he still get laid? So it's just a fun, sexy comedy from this Italian writer-artist that's just been really fun to pick up. So I've been getting all the issues, and here's #6. There's a lot of variants. If you want to get any of the other variants, they're all really good, really enjoyable. Next, for something totally different, something for the kids, Minions Sports #1. This is from Titan Comics. So they have the license to publish Minions. Writer Stéphane Lapou, artist Stéphane Lapou, cover art Renaud Colline. Ahead of their next cinematic outing, Minions: The Rise of Gru, July 3rd, 2020, the Minions are at it again, with even more banana-related mischief in this new series featuring hilarious stories. The Minions are beloved the world over, with 34 million Facebook followers, 1.3. Is this really telling you like their social media stats to convince you to get this comic? That's the world we live in, I guess, where we're like our clout is determined on social media. Whatever happened to like fun art, which this is, I love it, and like cute stories and like family-friendly fare. So I love this cover art. I love this style. I've never seen any of the Despicable Me or Minions movies at all. I don't have kids. I don't care about those movies at all, but I care about comics, and this one might be a fun comic to pick up. Final Order cutoff is here. So there you go, that was the short version of the video. If you're interested in the longer version where I reveal many more comics and many more things that you'll love, head on over to my Patreon, patreon.com/vmcampos. For $1, you'll get access to the longer version of the video. Week after week, I publish this series showing you the comics that you need to know about, and for $1, you'll get access to the longer version of the video. If you go to the $2 range, I'll actually mail you a comic book in thanks for my collection. I really appreciate it when people pledge on the Patreon. Don't forget to check out your local comic shop. That's what this is all about. This is the final order cutoff date. I'm making you aware of this week after week. This is the stuff that you need to know about, that you need to care about, that you need to get before the final order cutoff happens, and you're not guaranteed to get the book. So it is here, March 16th, 2020. What did you think about my picks? Tell me in the comments. What did I miss? What should I be on the lookout for? What do you like? Tell me all about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, review, click the bell, get the key, battle the Minotaur, do all that stuff to be alerted to my latest episodes. This has been the Top Comic Book Picks with VM Campos, and I'll see you next week.